Hey, so I am back with another video, a long time after the last one, but I know I'd also promised another video which I am still writing the script to, and that will be out very soon. I'm hoping that this one will kickstart some motivation in me, because I didn't intend to make a video today, and then I found this Ghetto ASMR video, the usual pity fest, and I had some inspiration. So I'm hoping this will help me get that script out and get the whole video out very soon. Anyway, so this is essentially something that GhettoASMR, I think, posted on his Patreon on the 3rd of this month. So without further ado, let's check out some of the important parts that I want to talk about.
What's going on, guys? My name is GhettoASMR, and I've got an important video I want to make. So as you guys know, I haven't been on YouTube now for a bit, but I was making ASMR these past 7 years. Past 2 years, ever since the start of Corona. People were bored, and they would come in and be like just fooling around. And I also was dealing with a lot of rough things in my life. We lost some friends.
Okay, I wanted to start with this, because after being yeeted from YouTube, what, 6 times now, he still hasn't learned a thing. He will never tell you the real reason. He will never tell you why. He will say it's trolls. It's always trolls. It's somebody else's fault. It's never him. So this, he hasn't been on YouTube for a while. Oh, bit of a lie. Because as soon as he gets yeeted, he has an old channel that he starts uploading on, or he starts a new channel and he starts uploading on that. More on that later, but every single time, he will never take accountability for his actions. He will never take accountability for what he's done. Therefore, he won't grow. He won't learn. That's simple. It's always someone else's fault. It's the troll's fault. He was going through some things. He lost some. I'm going to be harsh here. The only reason that anybody could have trolled him was when he did live streams. And let's face it, in those days he was doing pretty exclusively live streams. And that was so that his viewers, supporters, would super chat him. And even when you super chatted him, he would lose his rag. There are clips on YouTube of him exploding with anger at a fan sending him $1.99. Pretty soon, people realized that they could troll him. And of course, every single day, he'd go live, therefore burn himself in the fire. At some point, you have to help yourself. He could have just done videos. He would have got views. He would still have got paid for them. End of story. I genuinely have no sympathy for GhettoASMR at this point.
Death with my dog, and I regret getting too angry at a lot of these people. And I do want to say I'm sorry if I ever got too angry at you and you were just like pushing my buttons and just goofing off, because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help you, and I want to help you have a better life and give you the best relaxation and tingles.
Yeah, I really heard him say that his dog died. That's why. Okay, here's the thing. When you mean an apology, you don't need everything else. If you have to write an essay to apologize, then you don't really mean it. All you need is, I'm sorry, and then genuinely mean it, and follow through with that apology, and then act with the words. Then he comes through with the, I'm only trying to give you the best life. Listen, I like ASMR too, okay? I love ASMR. There are some creators that I have notifications every single time they upload, and I watch every single video. I love it too. But no ASMR creator or ASMR video is going to change your life. It's not going to do anything but relax you in that moment or entertain you depending on who the creator is or what the video is. It's not going to revolutionize anything for you. Nothing. Only you can do that. And this is the same for GhettoASMR, but it's what he uses as his apology. He's sorry, but he's only trying to help you. I'm sure we've all heard those apologies. I'm sorry, but I'm only trying to help you. It's your fault. Just saying.
And I do regret getting too angry. I believe in defending myself and defending people I care about, and like if I'm doing a show, I can just like say I'm with my band live and we're performing, or even I was doing tapping live. If someone's in the crowd and being a ruckus, I would just get the person kicked out. But yeah, I do regret getting a bit too angry on these people.
Does he also mean the creators who were making videos to expose what he was doing behind the scenes, what he was doing to female viewers, his fans behind the scenes, his predatory nature, that in its infancy when we first found out was just the start. It was just the start. And as attention grew more on that subject, and as time has gone on, he has just simply gotten worse. He didn't learn. He didn't stop and think. He wasn't focused on his career, on his ASMR. He was focused on how he could use his ASMR and his channel to get to his female fans. Because for him, if his female fans are watching him, it's because they think he's attractive. It's because they want him. And because I'm convinced he has no confidence in himself. He talks a lot and he plays a good game. But when it comes to meeting women outside, one-on-one, no. Because otherwise, he wouldn't zero his whole attention on his female fans. He wants to be worshipped. He wants to be liked. But the problem is the way he goes about it and his attitude, his belief system in women in general and his female fans particularly is the alarming bit. And he doesn't realize it. He pushes what the criticism was under the carpet. You mustn't see it. But YouTube is filled. It is filled to the brim with videos on what Ghetto has been involved in regarding his fans, whether they've been real or whether they've been planted as traps. And every single time he fell for it because he is so obsessed with this need to be desired by his female fans. He doesn't care about his male fans. It's all about women and how they see him. This is a man who has exploded. And I say that word again because, yeah, I have never seen an ASMR artist punch things violently in an ASMR video on a live stream. Simply because one of his viewers in the chat said they had a boyfriend. And he was so angry that she had a boyfriend. How dare she have a boyfriend? Or there was another time when a woman was in the chat who was talking about this guy, this neighbor that she found attractive. He got so crazy with anger. He feels this insane sense of possession over them, and it's not normal.
And also I dealt with a couple guys trying to catfish me, trying to pretend to be girls and trying to set me up with fake shit, and that led to a whole bunch of drama. So these days, I'm definitely being careful about everybody who I let into my inner circle. Being very, very careful about that.
What he means by that is you have to video chat with him and send him lots of selfies of yourself. If you're a woman. If you're a man, he doesn't care. If you're a woman, if you say you're a woman, you must live chat with him and send him lots of selfies. And in return, he will send you lots of pictures of his feet or anything else. If you're under 16, well, he doesn't mind. He's cool with it. You can still be his lioness. You know, his script is always the same. When I made my last video about him a couple of months ago, it was exactly the same then. When I made my first video about him this time last year, it was exactly the same. It was the catfish. He was dealing with the catfish. He never tells you why. It never gives the whole story.
I have never tried to meet with anybody who is a minor. The age of consent here is 16, which is pretty young in PA. And it's not like I'm even looking for girls that young.
Really? My last video was how he was caught in his Discord chatting explicitly with a 14-year-old. Now, the 14-year-old turned out to be not a 14-year-old girl, but when he says this, he's lying. He's lying. The woman could be 25, the woman could be 15. He doesn't care.
But that is like the middle age. I like girls around my age too, older. And, you know, I made ASMR for 7 years, so I wasn't really looking for a girlfriend until I was about 27. I was working since I was 16. And
right here is another example of how he attaches his entitlement to a girlfriend to his ASMR channel, and how long he's been working. What exactly has having a girlfriend or wanting a girlfriend and a relationship got to do with the fact that he's been working since he was 16? What has any of this got to do with it? Most people make their channel. They spend some time watching ASMR creators, and one day they get this inkling, you know, hey, why not? Why don't I try this? But the majority of the time, their ASMR channel and their personal lives are two separate things, and they never seem to cross over. For Ghetto, it's different. He's been working at this channel for X amount of time, and he's been working in life since he was 16, so he is entitled to a girlfriend, and he wants one, and he's entitled to one. That isn't the way the world works, but in Ghetto's mind, it should be. Therefore, it is. And the fact that everyone else looking in, sees this as abnormal and not right is wrong. Everyone else is wrong. He's correct.
I'd flirt with a lot of girls and fool around and stuff like that, but started, you know, wanting a girlfriend and stuff when I was 27, and so I gave some of my fans a shot, but I was a little bit too headstrong about it, and it's not that big of a deal. If people are watching me and they you know, appreciate me, that's everything. If there happened to be a woman that was watching me and that wanted to actually link up with me and date me and make me her boyfriend, then that would have been cool. I could have been traveling around the world streaming, making videos, but it's not like that was guaranteed to happen.
This right here is something that isn't new, but it's just a sanitized version of everything that we saw happen. His claims that he just gave some fans a chance to get with him. He's the prize. He's the ultimate goal. They should want him. I really don't know whether Dorian believes everything he says, whether he sees things happening as different and he is always the innocent victim, or whether he knows he's lying, because quite frankly, some of the things he says are a little bit disturbing, and the rants he goes off in some weird directions that are a little bit out there. What has always been most concerning is his actions towards his female fans. His contest to become his lioness, the queen of the lionesses. This isn't a guy who's looking for one woman. This one woman to spend his life with, to fall in love with, and she fall in love with him, and they spend their life together, building a life, having a family, and the whole white picket fence, and little puppy dogs, and little kitties, and going to parents' evening, and school concerts. And this isn't the life that he wants. He wants to be, I've said it before, he wants to be the rock star. He sees himself as the rock star. He mentions his band here in this video, but that's how he sees himself, as this rock star of ASMR. He's better than everyone else. He's the greatest. It's just nobody else sees it that way. And it is sad because he had potential. He just let his own egotism and his own insecurities cloud everything that he did. His problematic behavior began a long time before anybody began noticing, a long time before it became common knowledge, a long time before anyone was making videos about this guy, a long time. Back when he was threatening ASMR creators because they didn't want to do collabs with him, back when he was on the Reddit forums, he was banned from the ASMR one. This guy has form. It didn't just happen because he was sad in 2020. It didn't just happen because of trolls. It happened because of him and his own sense of entitlement over who he thinks he is and how he thinks everyone else, particularly women, should see him.
And whenever you're doing something, you can't expect things, you know. That being said, this is a Tingle business, and all I can totally expect or would hope for is that you guys would enjoy what I do and support. And you guys did. You support my streams very much. So I wish I could make ASMR still on YouTube. I definitely do. And hopefully I will be able to. I definitely, you know, this whole Jojo situation, you know, he's actually a pretty good looking dude. If he puts, you know, some, like, if he had like some lotion stuff, he could easily take care of that, the acne, stuff like that. And I think him and I could sort out our beef too, no doubt. And I'd like to work with him too. Yeah, he did a cool impersonation of me back in the day, and I wish that, you know, one day I will be somebody that y'all could always, you know, look up to and enjoy. And I felt like there was a lot of people who've gone against.
This is definitely the strangest part of the whole video. This guy's gone from 2 years of shouting and screaming all kinds of vile shit about GhettoASMR to suddenly complimenting how he looks. Hey, he'd look great if he just put some, I don't know, some lotion on his face. Because Ghetto looks great, doesn't he? He should be in the centerfold of every GQ magazine. He's on the cover of every single Vogue. So definitely getting tips from Dorian on how to improve how you look is definitely something that we should all take advantage of. But also here is a little bit of delusion, because GhettoASMR, Dorian, genuinely thinks that he can come back to YouTube. It's the biggest platform. It is the biggest platform to be on. Whether you're a creator of any kind of genre, it is the biggest platform to be on, the one that most people will find you on. I can understand why he would be upset about being kicked off it so many times, but it was all his own fault. He broke terms of services, and I don't think that those terms of services were ever shouting at trolls who were provoking him. That's not against the terms of services. But the fact is, his reputation is so tarnished, it's so ripped to shreds, that there is no way that Ghetto ASMR could ever return with any kind of success or long-term or longevity to YouTube as a ASMR creator. He is too well known. But he isn't well known for his ASMR anymore. He used to be. There was a time that he was respected for what he did. But everything changed. I can't imagine any decent creator who would want to collab with him. Viewers know who he is. Trolls know who he is. He will always be ripe for the picking. Like I say, his reputation is gone. Now anybody else will accept it. He's had a Twitch channel for a little while now. And as soon as he got back onto YouTube, he didn't use Twitch. He could have taken the opportunity to build up his Twitch and get money from it. It doesn't take a lot to get monetized on Twitch. To be honest, ASMR on Twitch is still very young, in my opinion. And even I find the endless videos of women in bikinis licking the ears of a 3DO really boring, really tiring. It would be good to get some diversity there. But he didn't take the opportunity. He didn't. Instead, he came back to YouTube and wasted time doing work he wasn't paid for. If he was smart, we know he isn't. If he was smart, my advice would be this. Get somebody else to own a YouTube account. Somebody else. Someone else. His mother, maybe. Do his stuff on Twitch. And then upload highlights onto the channel owned by somebody else on YouTube. That's not against terms of services. He's being employed by the person who owns the channel.
I'm trying to build my best life and find the right woman to build an awesome family with. And I made ASMR for 7 years. Right now on TikTok, I have a OnlyFans, a Patreon, and I'm doing stuff on Twitch, but YouTube was my big thing, so I'm not sure what the deal is. If I'm like officially just banned from YouTube, I don't think I should officially be completely just banned, as I was getting strikes for getting angry at like trolls and stuff like that, but to get banned on every single try, life is all about loving, living, and learning. And if I'm learning how to deal with these things better, I don't feel like I should just be totally banned from YouTube. But that being said, I appreciate everybody who's ever enjoyed me. And this was a message to all my fans.
The way Dorian gets about, he places the responsibility for his life on everyone else's shoulders. We must feel sorry for him. We must empathize with him. We must give him what he wants. He's worked hard for it. He deserves it. Again, it's not how it works. You can work hard at something and you won't get it. And that's the lesson. He doesn't realize that yet. He thinks the lesson should be, I should come back. But if he did, he would just do the same thing again. Like he did last time, and the time before that, and the time before that, and the time before that. It's just something that he does. He never learns. He's always right. And every single woman should want him. And if they don't, he goes crazy. A lot of people want those things that he keeps looking down sadly with this look of forlorn despair He's worn out, he's lost, he's tired. He worked hard, and everyone else just stabbed him in the back. Everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people want somebody to love them, somebody to spend their life with, someone to wake up to in the morning and smile, and somebody to tell them what their day was like, somebody who will actually care when they say, "How are you?" Somebody to have those little children with, somebody to spend cold winter days with. And sometimes, no matter how much you want that, no matter how much, it's not going to happen. And you have to accept it, because it's nobody's fault. No one's fault. Not the trolls, not the women, not the viewers, not even GhettoASMR. It's no one's fault. Maybe if he changed his attitude, cleaned himself up, because every time I see him, he looks like he hasn't bathed in months, and went outside of his bubble, outside of his channel, and found a woman who didn't know who he was, who didn't know Ghetto ASMR, but only knew Dorian. But he won't do that because he's afraid. So instead, he'll go on his Discord and chat to any woman, girl, anyone. He doesn't care. I genuinely believe that, because it's the attention that he wants. The attention from these girls, from these women. That's what he wants. It's not the longevity of a relationship, someone who he will be with in 30 years' time. It's the attention in the moment. And he deserves it, remember, because he's worked hard. And again, before I sign off and say this, that isn't how life works. You can work your fingers to the bone. You can work from morning till noon, right the way, all the way up till night, and fall into bed exhausted, and still spend sleepless moments staring at the ceiling, lost and lonely. Life doesn't give you what you deserve. It doesn't always give you what you earned. It certainly doesn't go, well, he's worked hard for 7 years on his ASMR channel, and he has worked since he's 16, so he definitely deserves a lioness. And that's still cringe as heck. But that will always be Ghetto ASMR. He's never going to change, because he will never learn. Until next time, see ya.